The fragrance of lavender hung thick in the air, weaving with a lingering aroma of whatever exotic oils she indulged in at that spa she had been raving about for weeks. There was something unmistakably different about her tonight, a lightness, a glow I hadn't seen in months. Her cheeks held a healthy flush. Her eyes sparkled with a vibrant energy that made my chest tighten in unease. It was as though she had plugged herself into some secret source of vitality, a recharge I couldn't name, yet instinctively feared. "How was it?" I asked, keeping my voice level, trying to hide the tension crawling up my spine as she floated past me, humming a melody I didn't recognize. "It was divine," she said, her voice almost radiant with excitement. "Absolutely divine, Colton." She dropped her purse onto the kitchen counter with a practiced ease, the kind that spoke of habitual indulgence. They do this incredible facial massage. I swear it took 10 years off my face. You should try it sometime. I studied her closely, eyes narrowing slightly, trying to suppress the cold knot of suspicion tightening in my stomach. Could it really have been just a spa day? Or was it some carefully orchestrated cleansing of guilt, a secret she had been carrying far too long? The hints had been there for weeks. The late nights at work, the hushed phone calls, the subtle flinch whenever I touched her. Every small signal now felt like an ominous warning I had been too afraid to confront. I couldn't deny the truth any longer. I had to know. I hired a private investigator, and the report hit like a hammer to the chest. Photographs, timestamps, dates, all laid out in merciless, damning detail. The man she had been with wasn't anyone I knew, just a younger guy from the gym, the type she probably thought could make her feel young and irresistible again. For days, I carefully considered my response, molding my fury into something measured, something that would deliver a lesson without losing control. I didn't want to yell. I didn't want to beg. I just wanted her to grasp the weight of betrayal, to feel the sting I had carried silently. "I'm glad you had fun," I said, forcing a smile that felt more like a grimace. "I actually made us dinner." She blinked, surprise flickering across her features. Normally, I was the one ordering takeout, the one ensuring convenience over effort. "Oh, that's sweet," she replied, voice dripping with practiced sweetness. Too polished to be genuine. "What did you make?" I gestured toward the dining room. The table was set immaculately. Our finest china, silver glinting in the soft candlelight, her favorite flowers centered, everything carefully arranged. Her gasp pierced the quiet. "Colton, this is beautiful," she said softly, almost regretfully. For a fleeting moment, her awe almost made me believe in her innocence. "Come sit," I instructed, pulling out her chair with deliberate calm. She lowered herself onto the seat, a mixture of wonder and apprehension clouding her expression. On the table rested a single covered platter. "I made something special just for you," I said, voice tight, measured, with a flourish. I lifted the cover, and instead of a gourmet dish, the contents were the investigator's report laid out like a banquet of her deception. Photographs of her and the younger man, caught in various embraces and stolen moments, formed a grotesque collage of betrayal. Her face drained of color, eyes widening, her breath shallow and trembling. She clutched her manicured hand to her mouth. What is this?" she whispered. "It's a summary of your spa day, Melissa," I said, keeping my tone calm, yet cuttingly precise. "Or perhaps your gym day, with that personal trainer of yours. Seems you've been working harder than you let on." Her knees gave way, collapsing beneath her. She reached toward me, desperation flooding her eyes. "Colton, please." "It's not what it looks like," she begged, voice quivering. "You don't understand." "Oh, I understand perfectly," I replied, my voice now icy. "I understand that for months you've been lying to me, sleeping with another man while I worked tirelessly to provide for us. I understand that everything we shared, everything we built, was a lie. You've been living a double life while I was blind." Tears streamed down her face, black mascara marking tracks across her pale cheeks. She was a mess, reduced to a pitiful, broken figure. For a fleeting heartbeat, I felt a twinge of pity, but was swiftly replaced by a white-hot rage I had buried for too long. "I'm so sorry, Colton," she cried, crawling toward me, her voice desperate, pleading. "I don't know what I was thinking." Please forgive me. I stood above her, words I had rehearsed rolling off my tongue with a chilling precision. Forgive you? I said, voice laced with disdain. Do you think an apology can undo months of betrayal? That saying sorry wipes away what you've done? This isn't a television drama, Melissa. This is real life, and you've destroyed everything we had. I moved to the living room, picked up a file from the coffee table, and held it aloft. I've spoken with my lawyer. I said, unwavering. I am filing for divorce. You will be served tomorrow, and I expect you out of this house by the end of the week. Some of your things are already packed. Her sobs escalated into full-blown wails, her body shaking uncontrollably. Red, swollen eyes fixed on me. Where will I go? She asked, voice breaking. That's not my concern anymore, I replied, turning away. You should have thought of that before betraying me. Her cries continued, but I didn't look back. I poured a generous glass of whiskey, letting the amber liquid burn down my throat. From the archway, I watched her sobbing on the floor next to the once elegant dining table, and realized something startling. I felt nothing. The pain, the rage, the heartache, all of it had vanished, leaving only a strange emptiness. Hollow, yet satisfying in its own cruel way. She had returned home radiant, thinking she had escaped consequences. But now, her carefully constructed world was collapsing around her, and no one but herself could bear the blame. I took another sip, then walked toward the bedroom, refusing to spare her another glance. Her cries echoed through the house, but I let them fade behind closed doors, the sound of her wailing becoming the final, haunting note of our marriage.